Camea is with us, child development expert on the commercial break. Forrest asked for one of these, where he could find one, and he said it was for his baby, but you know what? We suspect that it's Forrest who's going to be practicing.
He's going to have fun playing that with. Camea, how do people get involved in these classes or find out more information about this?
Well, we have lots of information on our website, and that includes YouTube videos of the classes, information about the different class locations. Right now we're running classes around all the Phoenix metropolitan area, but we're also looking for people to expand and to open up their own baby sensory businesses running in other areas in the States and also the other states in the Western United States.
And you have a very easy website for people to go to.
Yeah,
what
it's www.babysensory.com.
Wonderful.
And like I said, there's loads of information on the site about the whole program and more details about all the fantastic things that we do with babies.
It sounds so fun. And how long is a course or a session?
A session is 50 minutes, and the way that we have it structured is that we have 10 to 20 minutes of activities at the beginning, then we have a break because we know that babies and adults, some adults, can't learn for more than that amount of time. So that's why we have it structured that way. And then we have a sensory play area, so they get to experience new toys. Parents can network with each other. Part of the classes is also bringing new parents together and parents to connect with each other. And then we come back and we do about 10 minutes of activities, and we have a closing activity. And the classes are different every week, so we have 40 different lesson plans.
Wow.
So it's really exciting that you'll experience new things and ideas to take home to do with your babies every week when you come to a class.
Well, it looks like you have a bag of more tricks out here, too.
Yes.
More things. Just the typical small little toys that, of course, we give babies.
Yeah.
And these all have a purpose. They're not just a toy.
Yeah. So, I mean, finger puppets. Finger puppets are one of those things that we use with babies. They're fantastic for doing peekaboo, for hide and seek. What we also find is when babies get to 6 months old, they start to learn about object permanence. And that's the idea that objects continue to exist once they're hidden. So using little games where we're where is it? And doing the surprises with them is fantastic. Also helping them learn about anticipation. So if you're doing it to a song and popping it up, they start to anticipate when it's going to come in the music. So that's exciting. And I also brought some other things.
It sounds fun too.
I have some mirrors, and mirrors are great ways for babies to learn about body parts. They're also great ways for them to learn about the way that they look, facial expressions. So it's really fun to play with babies in mirrors. And we also do, like I said, our classes are a little bit different because they include every sense. So we actually do stuff with smells, and we do seasonal smells. We do all kinds of different smells with our babies.
Respond to the smells.
Babies are born with the ability to recognize over 20,000 smells, and they can actually smell their mother in the room next door. So you might find that if you're with a relative, your baby won't fuss until you leave the room. And if you go into the next room beyond that, they'll start crying.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because they can't smell their moms anymore.
Oh, yes, yes.
Interesting.
So, you know, we think of things that, do you think we have an innate sense of what to do with our babies when it comes to this? Because before this was known as a development technique, mothers were doing some of this. Don't you think we...
Definitely.
Yes.
I think a lot of mothers naturally know these things. And there's also these beautiful songs and nursery rhymes and stuff that have been handed down during the generations. And we try to incorporate as much of the traditional stuff as we can.
Now, is this young lady in one of your classes? Honey,
Yes.
come on in.
We have this little man, and Keith is actually one of our
I'm so sorry.
first...
I'm so sorry. It's just that
I think we're talking about his mom.
sorry. It's that head of hair.
Keith is one of our baby sensory babies, and he started with one of our first classes, and he's been coming since I think he was just about 8 weeks old. And what's amazing now is that we do signing in our classes as well, and Keith is doing some of the signs. He reacts to all the stimulus, and what's exciting, I see what's in toys in there.
I know that.
It's that when we first started the activities with him, he was kind of more observant and stuff like that, and now he's actually physically interacting with all the different objects.
Isn't it amazing? Now, he just did something that all babies do. You took out 2 or 3 for him, but he was still going.
Going for the rest.
Going for the rest. Babies always do that,
And one of the ideas that we introduce in our classes, we try and introduce as many ideas that you can do at home as possible. But we have the idea of treasure boxes, and that you do little boxes and little baskets and stuff filled with different toys. And we find that if you put them in a new box or a new basket, toys that they don't want to play with, they're totally interested in
immediately becomes the thing. That becomes the focal point. Is his mother noticing a difference and a development here?
I mean, I would like to think that she has. And I think that what I find is when Keith is sitting in a class with other babies that are maybe just joining the class, you can see the way that he reacts to the different stimulus. You can see that he's really socially confident, the way that he's moving around the classroom, the way that he's able to engage in all the sensory materials. And it's just been amazing to watch him grow in the class.
And do the other babies respond to his responses?
Yeah,
do
they
start
do.
getting
That's a
excited?
good point
They
because,
do.
you know, little ones attract little ones.
And they learn from each other.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is that this is a social experience. So the babies are also learning from each other. So the parents are learning from each other. The babies are learning from each other. Can you see that? And the babies are also having the experience of being able to be around and to see other babies. Because sometimes when you first have a baby, you may not have a social network that has babies.
Exactly. And you know
Good
what I'm
point.
thinking, as you were just holding him and doing, letting him see this, I was thinking that this type of development and training could alleviate fear from certain moving objects and things that they would encounter as they grow older.
Exactly. And I mean, we're doing some more longer term research, but we're finding that babies that have been in our classes are much more confident learners when they get to school age. They're much more able to interact with new experiences. They're much more able to be in different environments. And the idea is that if sensory desensitization is that you kind of expose them to as many things possible in a safe environment from a young age, and that helps them as they get older be less hypersensitive. And we have a whole generation of kids with ADHD and, you know, autism, which is a slightly
great
different
training.
subject. But this is a way to kind of integrate sensory information into your babies. And you'll find that with autistic children, what they do is a lot of the same techniques that we use in our class, using feathers, using touch, using massage.
Great education.
Oh,
Thank
that
you.
was a
Thank you,
wonderful
Camea.
topic.
And thank you, sweetheart. You're
Thanks,
just
Keith.
adorable.
You're a handsome little guy.
Oh, yeah, look at those eyes. And hair. When we come back, we're going to be talking about IRS, Criminal Investigation Division, but first, the KFNN Money Minute. Oh.